Hello everyone, this is Dr. Shiva Ayyadurai. What I'm going to share with you today is a architecture for looking at adrenochrome. You're going to get from an MIT PhD in biological engineering. I'm going to arm you now with some chemistry. So listen very carefully. Adrenochrome, what is it? So adrenochrome is a stable oxidation product of adrenaline. That's what an in vitro study showed. The chemical structure, as you notice, is very different. Adrenaline looked like this. It had this benzene ring with the OH. Adrenochrome looks like this. You notice this benzene ring is folded on itself and you get this. Now, this is what I want everyone to focus on. You may want to take notes. You're welcome to take a screenshot of this. So the question I started asking is, could I understand this in the context of the observations people have been reporting? That they're taking a child, frightening it, which means adrenaline, and then putting it under such stress that it creates adrenochrome. Because as I understand, and the people who know more about this than I do, is that the adrenochrome is being created by taking these kids, scaring them, fight or flight, and then torturing them. And that puts the body into a state that they create adrenochrome. So I wanted to actually explain this. And I believe I have probably the first explanation of how this is going on at the molecular systems level. You won't get this, by the way, from Joe Kennedy or Robbie Kennedy or Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton may actually know about this. What's going on here? Adrenaline. When we did our systems analysis of the research, adrenaline is released in response to a stressful, exciting, dangerous, or threatening situation. So here is the bobcat chasing that mouse. It hasn't caught him yet, but it's chasing it. This is when that mouse, let's say, I don't know what they're potentially doing to these kids. If they're scaring those kids and chasing them around, scaring the hell out of them, it's like the bobcat chasing the mice. And this starts producing adrenaline. It's increased synthesis of adrenaline. And there's enough papers saying adrenaline responds to stress. So we know under that kind of stress, adrenaline is created. Now, what I found fascinating as I did research, since people wrote to me, is that oxidative stress, which is different than this kind of stress, is highly correlated with anxiety. Anxiety causes accumulation of reactive oxygen species such as O2-. So this was one paper that came out which says oxidative stress and anxiety. This was a role of oxidative stress and anxiety disorder. So let me tell you what this is like. To put it simply, you need stress and anxiety to create adrenochrome. If you're going to do this to an animal, be it a child or lab rat, you have to put it under extreme stress and anxiety. And that's what we're talking about. With just stress, you don't get it. You got to have both. So this is what I would call extreme torture. Because if you just have stress, you're not going to get adrenochrome. You have to have the stress and the anxiety. Everyone getting this? Everyone clear on this? So this is the example I'd like you to do. The lion is chasing the zebra. That's probably when adrenaline is being released. It hasn't got him yet. It's chasing him. But what about when this incident is occurring? This is when you're torturing the animal. You've got it. This is the anxiety. So this will release adrenaline. In my theory, this releases a superoxide, which is the reactive oxygen species. So you need this and this. You need this and this. If you're just chasing it around, you get adrenaline. So if we want to put it in perspective, you need the stress and the anxiety to get this. So you need both of this taking place. They're probably torturing whoever they're doing this to. This is sort of torture. Now, at least in the animal world, they probably do this quickly and get it over with. But if you assume you torture it more, you're going to get more of this species, more of this, more adrenochrome. So prolonged torture, more stress, more anxiety is going to get you this. So what I want to share with you, everyone, is I think I have a basis for understanding adrenochrome synthesis. And it falls in line with what people have been saying. They're torturing these kids. This is the big takeaway that you can say that Dr. Shiva just offered you. An explanation for this. An explanation so people don't think you're crazy when you say, well, the torturing releases adrenochrome. So I think I have a basis for this. And I hope this was helpful. And this is the kind of stuff that I will continue to do for you, to take a systems approach to take an attempt at explaining things. This is beyond left or right now. This is molecular systems biology. It's biochemistry. I think we have discovered a chemical basis for what people have been talking about with the fear and the stress. Thank you, everyone. Be the light. Be well. Let's win this fight. Thank you.